We hear this saying all the time, no man is an island. This saying is to reiterate that we all need each other. And it is used to remind us of the importance of our relationships with those around us. References are found in the Bible about matters such as iron sharpening iron as one man sharpens another, which is found in Proverbs, and another found in you know which book I'm saying, Ecclesiastes, that one. For if they fall, one will pick up his fellow. But woe unto him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. There are many references to our relationships in holy books like the Bible and the Quran, and reminds us how much we all need each other. We cannot underestimate the effect that our relationships have on our sobriety journey. Hello, my fellow wanderers, and welcome back to your channel, The Wandering Wanderer. If it's your first time joining us, thank you for giving me your time today and for spending time with us. If it's not your first time and you're coming back to hang out with me, thank you also for your time and your continuous support as we discuss alcoholism and sobriety. I am your host, Wendy, and today we're going to talk about an incredibly important topic for anyone who's on a journey of sobriety: relationships. Sobriety not only changes your life, but it also impacts the relationships with the people you have in your life, be it friends, family, and another relationship that is super important, and that is a relationship with yourself. In this episode, we will discuss how to navigate these relationships, set healthy boundaries, and build connections that support our sobriety. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your comments and thoughts below. Now, let's dive in and talk about how sobriety affects or has an impact on our relationships. When you decide to quit drinking, it's not just your life that changes, it's the life of those around you. Friends, family, or even work colleagues might react differently to this new life journey that you've decided to undertake, which can be challenging to navigate. Some relationships might grow stronger as people see the positive changes in you, while others might become strained, especially if those relationships were built around drinking. Understanding that this shift is normal and part of your growth is vital. It is important to recognize these dynamics so that you can approach them with a clear mind and an open heart. Remember, not everybody in your life is meant to be there for a lifetime. Others are meant to drop off along the way, and trying to hold on to them as you get into this journey will only lead you to more pain and confusion, and sometimes might lead you right back to where you're trying to come out of. Learn to let go of those people who wish to live your life as you embark on this journey. Believe me, you will meet other people along the way who will help you thrive in this particular season of your life. When I say it out loud, it sounds so easy, doesn't it? It's not. It will hurt letting people go. But the understanding that it may be what is best for you might be the anchor that grounds you. And when it does happen, you know that it's what is supposed to happen. Don't hold on to people who might, in the end of the day, hold you back from being a better version of yourself. The second part about relationships is, for a lot of alcoholics and addicts in general, you need to rebuild trust with the people around you, because you may have done things that betrayed their trust. You may have done things that made them doubt your intentions towards them. And rebuilding these relationships is so important, especially if you caused harm to those around you. This might be with your partner, family members, close friends, or even work colleague. Trust is something that takes a long time to rebuild. It requires consistent effort and dedicated effort. This is why one of the biggest steps, one of the 12 steps in Alcoholics Anonymous, is making amends. You hear it a lot in movies, and if you are on this journey and have taken the support offered by AA, one of the things you hear about is making amends to those around you. The first thing in making amends is you need to start by being honest and transparent with those you care about. Apologize for your past behaviors, but focus on demonstrating your commitment to change through your actions. Words are just words, especially if the harm that was done to the people you care about was deep. Words might not be enough. You need to consistently show through your actions that you are ready to change and you want to earn their trust again. If the harm that you caused was long lasting and went on for a long time, please believe it will take a long time for you to re-earn that trust. Try to not be offended when people you care about don't open back to you immediately and trust you again, because they've learned the hard way that trusting you might not be the best for them. Patience is key on your part. For us, patience is key because you need time and consistency to rebuild those relationships. Just because you don't get that yes right off the bat does not mean you should give up on yourself or that you're not worth fighting for. The fact that they are still willing to give you a sliver of a chance means you have the opportunity to set things right again. Take this opportunity and slowly but surely show them that you are worthy of their trust again. Number 3, and this is going to be hard for some of us, setting boundaries with friends and family and professional relationships. Setting boundaries or the ability to know how to set boundaries is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships as you navigate sobriety. Some members of your family might not fully understand your journey, especially if you come from a family where drinking is sort of what everybody else does. So, not everybody might understand why you're choosing sobriety. Maybe they don't see the drinking as a problem. And they might end up unintentionally pressuring you to drink or engage in behaviors that don't support your sobriety. As someone who never really exhibited the image of a drunkard that we talked about in last season, when I initially went sober, a lot of well meaning friends and family asked me if I really had a problem because I didn't fit into that image of being an addict. I didn't have to, but I chose to share with them my private struggles of drinking in secret. And some understood and are now a part of my support system. Some didn't. And I've had to limit interactions with them for my own sanity. There's nothing wrong with them. They're great people and I love them. But I can't have them in my circle because it's not what is good for me at this point. It is important that you communicate your needs and limits to those you interact with regularly. This could mean letting friends know that you're not comfortable being around alcohol or setting limits on how much time you spend with certain people. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about protecting your well-being and staying committed to your sobriety. Those you who love you and care for you will understand. Lean on them when you need to. Those who do not understand or try to undermine you, watch yourself around them and be aware of what you need should an interaction with them be necessary. This might mean reevaluating certain relationships that are no longer healthy or supportive for you. It's okay to step back from relationships that don't align with this new version of you. The next part of relationships that's so important is building new supportive connections. As we've said, you might end up losing some people as you begin this new chapter of your life. So you do need to build new supportive connections, and this can be incredibly empowering. This might involve finding sober friends or joining a community of people who understand the journey that you're on. When I got started, I rediscovered people who were already in my life, who had always been there for me, but I had not interacted much with them because we just read in different circles. Being sober helped me connect with them differently and open new avenues that were now available to me. I personally became more active in my church community, partly because I actually started going to church. I wasn't too hungover on Sunday mornings anymore, and so I had the presence of mind, the time, and the ability to actually get up early and go to church. Being able to go to church helped me forge new relationships and network with people I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And so, building these new relationships are super important. For you, might be looking for local or online groups where you can connect with others who are already committed to sobriety. Ask around, ask your therapist, do your research online. There are plenty of communities around where all of us are, where you can find like minded individuals as you begin your journey or as you continue with your journey. These relationships can provide encouragement, support, accountability, and a sense of belonging. Plus, they can open doors to new activities and interests that align with your sobriety journey. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Forming new relationships is challenging, whether in sobriety or not, for a lot of us. But the beautiful part of this is that it contributes to your growth and your healing. And as with other parts of this journey, give yourself grace and time. As your confidence and self esteem grow, so will your ability to navigate this new world of meeting new people and learning more about them. This next section is going to be very, very tricky, and this is romantic relationships. How do you navigate romantic relationships when dealing with sobriety or navigating sobriety? So, whether you're in a relationship, you're married, or you're dating, it can be very hard to begin a conversation of saying to your partner, I am choosing, or I am considering, or I am contemplating being sober and staying sober. If you're in a relationship, a union where you are already married, or you're already married and you're in a union, it is important to have open and honest conversations with your partner about your sobriety and what it may mean for your relationship. If one partner continues to drink while the other is navigating sobriety, it will most likely cause a rift that may lead to falling back into the habit in order to keep the peace in the household. Therapy may be a very useful tool for a couple navigating this tricky terrain, maybe even more so if you have children involved in the equation. Remember, there is no one size fits all. All of us have to navigate our particular situations best way we can. For those who are dating, it may feel awkward to navigate the dating scene while sober because a lot of the places where you're supposed to meet people, there's alcohol involved. Be upfront about your sobriety from the start with potential partners and look for partners who support and respect your choice. There are even sober dating communities and events that make this process easier. Use the internet and look around and see if there are any of those around you. But I want to preface this one with a gentle reminder. Make sure that sobriety is not the only value that you're looking for in a potential partner. Let other values that you hold dear to you also be part of the conversation. I have tripped myself over this as I navigate dating while sober, and I'll be honest, I have not quite yet found a formula that works. If you have any suggestions for me that might help, please share them with me in the comments below. I'll take whatever I can get. Remember, a healthy relationship should support your sobriety, not challenge it. It's okay to take things slow and prioritize your own well being as you navigate romantic relationships. Now, adulting is messy. We all know that. And so the next aspect we probably need to talk about is professional relationships. Statistics tell us that we spend a third of our life at work. A third. That is a long time for your average person. And so you are going to spend a lot of your time navigating professional relationships. Now, trying to figure out how those relationships look like while maintaining sobriety can present some unique challenges, especially if your work environment involves social events or networking events where alcohol might be present. One of the first steps in managing professional relationships is deciding how much you want to disclose about your sobriety and your journey. This is a very personal choice, and there's no right or wrong answer. Some people feel comfortable being open about their sobriety, while others prefer to keep it private. Whatever you choose, it's important that you feel confident in your decision. I personally have been privileged to work and learn education wise in places that were very supportive of my journey. And now I'm aware that not everybody has that same privilege. So do your best to adjust to your specific circumstances. I think also because social drinking is not one of my triggers, navigating work events with alcohol present was never a challenge for me. But here are a few suggestions if this is a challenge for you and if this is a trigger for you. If you find yourself in situations where alcohol is present, like office parties, client dinners, consider having a plan in place in advance. You might choose to bring your own non alcoholic beverage or check with the restaurant or the place where you'll be having the event whether they have non alcoholic beverages, or politely decline a drink with a simple no thank you. You owe no one an explanation unless you feel comfortable giving one. I hung out with a lot of my friends when I first started going sober, and I told no one, except for my therapist and that one friend, that I wasn't drinking until the 6 month mark. And a lot of times I was hanging out with people who were drinking around me. And as I said, because social drinking is not a trigger for me, it wasn't that challenging for me. So some people might want to disclose from the get go. Some might take a longer time, some might take a shorter time, and some might never want to disclose. Do what's best for you. And if your workplace has policies around such things, keep that in mind when you're making your decision. It is okay and probably very highly recommended that you set boundaries at work. If certain events or situations make you uncomfortable, it's perfectly acceptable, if you can, to opt out or suggest alternatives. Your well being should always come first, even in professional settings. If you choose, building a network of supportive colleagues can be incredibly helpful. Seek out those who respect your choices and who can be allies in your maintaining sobriety. Over time, as you continue to thrive in your work while staying sober, your confidence in navigating professional relationships will continue to grow. Number 6, and again, maybe one of the most important relationships you can have, the most important relationship of all, your relationship with yourself. Sobriety is a time of self discovery and growth, and cultivating a healthy relationship with yourself is key to long term success. I have discovered things about myself in this journey that have surprised me. I have realized that I am stronger than I ever gave myself credit for. I have learned to be more grateful for the blessings God has granted me. I have realized that I can still achieve my dreams one step at a time. I have discovered my own beauty, inside and out, and so much more. This has taken years, and I'm still learning about myself. And with each day, I am growing to love and be proud of the woman that I am slowly but surely becoming. Cultivating a relationship with yourself means practicing self compassion, setting aside time for self care, and getting to know yourself in new ways. You can do this by engaging in activities that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of accomplishment. And don't be afraid to spend time alone, reflecting on your journey and progress. Funny enough, when I was drinking, I dreaded being alone, and it often drove me to drink more. Yet now, I love my quiet time. I enjoy the solitude and serenity that comes when I slow down to reflect and just be. Who knew? Building self esteem and self love is a continuous process, but it is one that pays off in every aspect of your life, including your relationships with others. As I wrap up today's episode, navigating relationships in sobriety can be challenging, but it can also be an opportunity for growth, healing, and building deeper connections. Whether it's rebuilding trust, setting boundaries, forming new connections, navigating romantic or professional relationships, or deepening your relationship with yourself, remember that every step you take moves you closer to a healthier, more fulfilling life and a better version of you. Thank you again for joining me today. If you have questions or want to share your experiences, drop a comment below. We're all in this together, and your story might just help someone else on their journey. Take care, and I will see you next week. Before you go, if you want to keep wondering and wondering with us, Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with anyone who you think might need it. Until next week, stay strong, stay blessed, and remember, one step at a time, we will get there together. See ya.